designed for small, medium, and large companies to get up and running with collaborative applications today. And this is the service that we're just launching in Hong Kong. So this service really is built on some core infrastructure and core solutions that enable us to be able to deliver. The first thing is the physical hardware, the physical data centers. Now you might not know that, I think Andy mentioned actually this morning, is Microsoft just invested in Hong Kong in a dedicated data center and also in Singapore. These are geo-redundant data centers with automatic failover, highly secure, highly available. They are basically a replication of our data centers from Europe, from Dublin, and from also North America. We have several data centers in the US. This is serving the APAC region. So with the high bandwidth we have in Hong Kong and also in Singapore, the performance, the availability, as you can imagine, is very good. You might not know that we invest 10,000 servers every month into these data centers around the world. That's more than a Facebook every month into these data centers. We're even building pluggable data centers, so literally trucks of hardware turning up into a data center, plugging in and scaling the data center, or pretty much plug and play sort of way. So we're leading quite a lot in terms of the data center architecture and infrastructure. The building blocks are just as important. So you need an operating system across that cloud, that data center, in order to be able to scale up and scale out. So you have to manage your provisioning, your identity, your security, scalability, the applications. And then you have to build services on top of that. In the Microsoft world, there's a few services, some for consumers, which a lot of you are probably using, so Live Messenger, Live Email, all the live properties, including Xbox Live. Anybody here play Xbox? Maybe your children play Xbox. And you might find that they're playing online, and they're playing them with their colleagues around the world, shooting them in sort of real-time collaborative way, and actually talking to them in a real way. This is all driven from our live services, again, from the data centers. And all our live properties, consumer properties, are also driven from the data centers. But you don't want to mix the consumer properties with the business properties that we were talking about today. So we have a dedicated infrastructure to support the business online services. And this thing we call Windows Azure is our cloud operating system, which enables all this clever capability at the application level, including the ability for third parties to write applications for the cloud and be able to deliver those in a scalable way. Now, Azure is sort of out of scope for this session, but if you're a developer or you have a development team, Windows Azure can provide that platform for building out and scaling out applications quite seamlessly. But the area I'm going to focus on is really this Microsoft Online Services, which is the whole productivity suite of solutions. Now, when you're delivering this, there's some trends in the marketplace today. You can't deliver this without thinking about how it gets consumed. So we're all way more mobile than we used to be. We're traveling so much now, but we still need access to the information that's important to us. So we have a premise in Microsoft of delivering all these applications and services, whether you're from a PC, a browser, or even a phone. And any phone, not just a Windows mobile phone. So it's important to stress this because we may be using a different platform in the future, and being able to access that from a browser, from a PC, or a phone is going to be critical for improving the productivity of your staff. And I want to also stress that it's not just about the technology, it's also about the end-user experience. Because the technology can be great, but if you have to relearn or retrain, or if you just can't access the information you don't understand, then it fails dismally. And therefore, it's important to be able to provide a similar experience between the phone, the browser, and the PC. And it needs to be a natural experience. Now, the best example here, who is using Exchange for your mail service today? There's a few Microsoft people. Yeah, okay, quite a few of you. Some of you may be using Outlook Web Access to access your information, which is a browser access to Exchange email. It's the same user experience as you get with Outlook, which is the rich 32-bit client on the desktop. And I'm sure a lot of you are using either Windows Mobile, maybe other phones that support exchange, it starts to get complex for end users to understand, and therefore not get the job done in the right way. So we believe in this flexibility of choice of different platforms, including the desktop, including the browser. And it's not just the Microsoft browser, it's also other browsers as well as other brands. Now, the other strategy we're approaching this is there is choice. It's important to have choice. Even though 20%, 25% of companies are already adopting SaaS or software plus service, 70% aren't. And they may have on-premise, they may want very secure data held within their infrastructure. They may want to have specific line of business applications built into their cloud-native applications. We believe in the freedom of choice and the right application to suit your needs. Therefore, we believe in this world of maybe there's on-premise, there's also the cloud, delivered either from the partners, people like Aircraft and other partners who can deliver this for you, or even in your private cloud. And then Microsoft can deliver this in a much more scalable way because we have just the sheer advantage of global scale. So we can bring down the price, increase the availability, and make it easier to upgrade. Now there's also this concept of it's not just one or the other, it could be a hybrid. So you could have your head office running a on-premise exchange solution, for example, and then you may have remote offices that you don't have the IT staff, or you don't have the capability to support, maybe a server on-premise. Therefore, you could put those users in the cloud and then synchronize the directory, the Active Directory between Exchange on-premise and Exchange in the cloud, or Exchange online, and being able to share calendars, share contacts, etc. within the global address list. So it's as if those users were connected to your corporate network. And basically you're getting the reduced cost of being able to manage those from a Microsoft data center rather than your own. So we see that as an opportunity, and it's quite often what customers are looking for. The other one is if you're a diverse company with lots of different solutions and you haven't yet standardized on one platform, this is a very quick way of standardizing because you can use the cloud to deploy very quickly. And I have examples of customers that have done this. And not just from even a Microsoft solution, even from a sort of non-Microsoft platform. So there's choice. There's choice in how we deliver this, and there are pros and cons of both. And as part of your research into this, working with Datacraft, you should evaluate both. And there are definitely pros and cons. It's not just a cost savings model, it's also end users, it's also about the availability of your network, etc., etc. So what is Microsoft offering? We announced on Friday last week and delivering in Hong Kong on Monday, we're delivering a suite of online services. These are exactly the same products that you're probably using on-premise today. So Exchange Online is based on Exchange 2007, SharePoint Online is based on SharePoint 2007, Live Meeting, which gives you web conferencing, web audio, video conferencing, multi-party. So we could literally have this session in a virtual world using Live Meeting if we wanted to. And even Office Communications Online. So this is the ability to use instant messaging and presence. Now the beauty about this is